Visit us online at burningrubberradio.com for recipes from the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and more great content.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Now back to more Burning Rubber Radio.
And it's time for another fast lap on a week of Burning Rubber Radio. You're probably looking at the camera and you're like, who, one fat guy, not two? Where's Andy DeLay, John Dix? Well, they are out hiding around today, folks, and Andy's actually out doing the law enforcement thing. He's got a little bit of training he's got to go handle here. John's out cooking and doing other fun stuff. We left him out by the grill because he's got some steaks coming up for everybody this week here. But for the Fast Lap this week, we wanted to sit down with a band that, I'm not going to lie, they are making some hella waves in the music industry here. I mean, we're talking, about 500,000 plays or more on each and every one of their songs on Spotify. They've got a huge following on social media. And honestly, I've heard some of the music and I am very impressed by how many different styles and different artists they grasp inspiration from. In fact, actually, you're hearing a small cut of their song, one of the songs right now that we're going to be talking about here in just a couple of minutes with this gentleman here, and that being Wall Said to Call. I got a feeling that when we break into the inspiration of this song, you guys might get a little laugh out of it here. But you know what? Might as well go ahead and do it right now. Hell, why not? Coming to us on Microsoft Teams this week. We had to change things up, folks. We have Jordan Benson, from Gunshine with us. Jordan, what's up, brother?
What's up, Wayne? How you doing, man?
Man, we are doing fan-freaking-tastic. Now, folks, as you know, this video is getting posted on a Thursday this week instead of Wednesday like we normally do. And the main reason for that, and this is something that me and Jordan were both laughing about as we were setting up this morning for this interview, we were officially around, Jordan. This will show you how much we love old relics when it comes to technology here, is that we were here for the death of Skype.
The death of Skype that took place literally while we were doing the interview yesterday. The entire Skype platform shut down and died.
Yep.
It retired and was just done. I'm like, wait a second. I was here for the death of Skype. What the crap? That's great.
Yep. And then what was even funnier is, and I think we had you on the Skype line that we had when I went and pulled up Microsoft's website, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, as of April 3rd, Skype is no longer available to buy anything on, and as of May 5th, so literally a month from now, the entire service is going night-night. And it's like, well, gee, Microsoft, thanks for telling me.
Yeah, it's like, what do we do from here,
Right,
so I guess they had the Microsoft Teams, I guess that's the new...
Yeah, that's Microsoft's new platform. But I think I realistically, I think I'm going to look into potentially getting Zoom set up because Zoom is a lot more popular anyway.
It is, yeah.
And
it's a more popular setup.
And not to mention, I mean, from what I could tell just by looking into it a little bit, they have more features than Microsoft Teams does. Not to mention, it's not as resource hoggy. So,
I'm sure. Yeah.
And we know how Microsoft loves their bloatware when it comes to a default Windows installation. Anybody who has set up a brand new computer, exactly what I'm talking about.
It's horrible, man. I bought a laptop like some years back because I had to help a friend out like at the church. I mean, we were doing like these, PowerPoint things or something, whatever. And I'm like, man, as soon as I bought it, I'm talking a brand new laptop. By the time it got done with all the updates and everything, that thing barely worked anymore. I'm like, good God Almighty! So it just They're like, you gotta upgrade your RAM now. I'm like, I just bought a brand new laptop. What are you talking about? But
Oh man, well that's like speaking.
That's
of
where
doing,
they get you. That's where they get you.
Right.
Those updates.
Speaking of doing Windows updates, before we start talking about the band and everything like that, here's a fun story for you. So I remember back when I was in high school, and this dates all the way back to 2000 and 2003, 2004, somewhere around in there. And yes, I'm dating myself, folks. So bite me. I'm sure Jordan's thinking about that too, and he's like, man, that was right around the time I was there. but this girl that I was into at the time, you know, her dad had asked. He's like, hey, do you think you can come help me update my computer? And I'm like, yeah, sure, no big deal, because you know I've always been big on technology and stuff like that. And I get over there and I start looking into the updates and start getting ready to pop everything off. And this is back when Microsoft was transitioning from XP into 7, and you had that median ground in Vista that was the biggest piece of crap ever.
Oh, God, Vista was the worst. That's what made me go buy a Mac, and then I'm like, well, screw this. I don't even mess with computers anymore.
Yeah, right.
I can't do it.
And here
I have a typewriter. I'm not gonna lie. I have a Smith Corona typewriter, and I'm happy.
And folks, if you know that relic from the 80s, you know exactly how cool it was back then and how cool it is still now. But the moral of that story, though, Jordan, is that one, don't ever try and update Windows Vista, and two, make damn sure you don't have dial-up internet.
No, yeah, that's a bad thing. Make sure your computer is Y2K compliant. That's another key.
Yeah. This cat still had dial-up internet, so I'm sitting there waiting for the update to even start processing. When it finally started processing, it's like, oh yeah, you have 200 days before your update is done.
God.
And I'm like, yeah, good luck not getting any phone calls for 200 days.
Yeah. Really?
Oh,
God, that's ridiculous. It's like that's the majority of a year. Like, what the heck?
Pretty much, yeah. But moving on into more of the fun stuff here. So Gunshine. Now we do have a picture that's up to my right here on the video on demand. So folks listening on the audio on demand, head over to our YouTube and Rumble channels, youtube.com/Burning Rubber Radio, and rumble.com, search for Burning Rubber Radio as well there. Facebook.com/Burning Rubber Radio, the video will be there as well. And so for all of our audio on demand listeners, make sure you go and check that out as well. But Jordan, over to my right here, I've got this cool picture up. It looks like it's the 4 current members of Gunshine. I see you over on the far right, long blonde hair, kind of looking Kid Rockish. You were actually compared to somebody had actually tried to compare you to actually looking exactly like Kid Rock at one time, if I heard right. Yeah. Somebody even accused me of being like a Kid Rock impersonator or something. And I'm like, dude, I'm just me. What the heck? I'm like, I guess all us blonde-haired, long-haired, blue-eyed guys look alike. You bunch of colorblind rudeness. I don't know. So somebody clearly didn't eat their Wheaties to get their brain started that morning, right?
Well, Wheaties aren't good for you in the first place, so that would explain it.
It's
just not, man. So much of this stuff, they're like, oh, this food's good. It's not, man. You need to be eating meat and veggies. Go to the farmer's market, buy good veggies. Go to your local butcher shop and buy good meats. And, man, get a George Foreman grill. There you go.
There you go, 100%. And exactly. Just do it the right way, and everything will work itself out.
Anything processed, I don't know why anybody's putting that in their body in the first place. It doesn't make sense.
No, and I'll tell you what. After I learned about that too, I've made a lot of changes. Now, of course, people look at me and they're like, "Well, you're still a big guy. What kind of changes have you made to yourself?" I'll be like, "Okay, Karen, listen up. Vitamins, minerals." Everything like that. Just because I look like a big guy doesn't mean that I am not healthy by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I mean, that was like the a story. One time, my family thought I had diabetes, right? Like they swore up and down I did, because I used to drink liters of Mountain Dew a day, right?
Oh God,
Went and got
that may do it.
went and got tested, right? Okay, I actually went and did the full blood panel, all that other crap, and even to this day, my sister still doesn't want to believe it. My sister's a paramedic, okay?
Cool.
Did not want to believe it that I came back not even close to pre-diabetic. Like
I get it.
I was as clean. I was as clean as a Clydesdale, my friend.
Yeah, we gotta eat healthy, man. I mean, even being on the road and stuff. I mean, that's one of our key elements is make sure you stay healthy.
So
make sure you're eating healthy. You can't overdrink. You can't, be doing stuff that screws your voice up. You gotta eat good foods that give you good energy. Take your supplements. That's the name of the game.
So that is a great question. Aside from like the supplements and things like that, what kind of diet does Gunshine have when they're on the road?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of different stuff. For me, I mean, I'm a meat and veggies guy. I mean, I'll get a smaller portion of steak or something, and then just like a bunch of vegetables, or I'll, that's just how I eat. And we try to eat healthy. We drink beer every morning for breakfast. It's, how it works.
It's a Stone Cold Steve Austin kind of day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Got to have those Steve Weisers. But, all right. So, we've touched on a couple of the basic things so far here, as far as like, the diet for the band, fun stuff that we have going on in our lives outside of the band. But now the, for lack of a better term, the meat and potatoes of this whole thing here. How did you get involved with Gunshine? Because if I remember you telling me right, the band was already technically formed before you got there.
Not really so much. What it is, we had James Renshaw, who was our original drummer. He wound up bowing out because he wanted to get married and have a kid, and
right.
He felt like the road was kind of holding him back.
Okay.
From that, and I mean, I understood completely, but So as James is gone now, but I mean, everything's happy. We love each other. If I saw him, I'd jump him and tackle him. I love that dude. He's great. So it was James Renshaw and Austin Ingerman. They had been working on this idea, of just writing songs. They had a couple of things musically written out, and I mean, they were shopping for a singer.
Ah.
They were shopping for a singer, somebody who can sing and help them write a little bit and stuff. So they had been out to California. I think they were even in Colorado once. They went out to North Carolina even, trying to test out singers. And they found one guy in Carolina who he could sing well, but he couldn't write anything. So I was like, I mean, they told me the story on that one later, and I was like, well, I guess, not everybody's a songwriter. But so they hit me up. Well, Austin hit me up, and he heard about me, I guess, through some friends, and came out and saw me sing once, I guess, at the piano bar, and was like, oh, okay, this is cool. So he hit me up, and he asked if I was interested in coming in to sing on his demos. Well, I mean, I just recently said I was going to do something creative again here before long.
Right.
And I'd written a couple of songs with a recording artist friend of mine out here, Dew Pendleton. There's another girl up here in the Panhandle, Jessie Ritter. I wrote a song with her. And then Austin hit me up, and he wanted somebody to just sing on his demos. And I said, well, you know what? Yeah, sure, I'll come over there. So I come over, and he's playing me the music for about something like 4 or 5 songs maybe that they have written up.
Right.
And they have the music and the orchestration of parts is like, okay, we're going to put a verse here, and obviously the chorus will be here. And, they just have that type of stuff written. And I said, well, yeah, man, I'll sing on them. what do you have? What do you have going on? And he said, well, I mean, aren't you a songwriter? I mean, I was going to see whatever you wanted to write. And I'm thinking this clown wants me to sing on his demos, write his songs for him. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. Sure, man. So,
right.
So we said and rewrote Wall Said to Call that first day. We wrote Wall Said to Call. And, man, that was just wild. It was a hit. I mean, we looked at each other. I said, man, this thing is great. The next day, I went over again and we wrote Daylight.
Huh.
And I told him then, I said, man, I can already tell you what my publisher in Nashville is going to say. He's going to say, I don't know anybody who can sing these songs.
Right.
He's going to say, you're going to have to be the guy who sings these songs. I don't know anybody capable of singing them. So, So I told Austin, I said, man, if you want to do this, I guess let's just go ahead and do it. So we said, okay. And we sat and we kept on writing song after song until the album was, done. And we didn't know what in the world we were going to call the thing even.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And James would come over and it was just post COVID. So, James was doing a bunch of extra stuff even. And, James was like, hey,
right.
He would work at a pizza shop, then have to go and deliver the pizzas that he just made because everybody was understaffed. But he was still working on what all he could, and then not a lot of venues, were open. So us musicians, we were just making do and whatever we could.
Yep.
So God, I remember times even we would order pizza from the place where James was at.
Talk about showing
so
support,
have
right?
him show up for like 10, 15 minutes and be like, hey, man, check this out. What do you think of this? And this, and this? Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Let's do this.
So you literally ordered pizza from his workplace just so he could show up for 15 minutes?
Just so he could come up for like 15, 20 minutes, yeah. And then, all right, man, I got to get back. I'm like, yeah, we got it, man. So we would do that. We'd spend like $15 if I order some crap. And he'd come out there just to be able to, I don't know, put some input on drums or something that we're working on.
Oh, man.
It's kind of a funny story, but I mean, that's the way we did it. It's kind of fun.
Right. No, that is classic. Yeah, no. That is classic. If I've never heard something more classic, it's that. So
I mean, it was post-COVID. I mean, we didn't have another way to do anything, and the piano bar wasn't exactly in full throttle yet. I mean, I had quit the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
That was something about 9 years ago. I had quit,
right.
And I moved down to the beach.
Uh-huh.
I said, I'm just going to go live in the beach and play in a piano bar where I can, use all my chops. I mean, I play piano, guitar, drums, bass, a wail on a harmonica. Man, I have a blast, dude. I mean, I'm always doing that, and I know a bunch of songs, and so I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can do that. It's a fun thing.
So
dueling,
to steal a line
bar,
from Kiss, you got away from music and went to go run a piano bar to rock and roll all night and party every day.
I guess, yeah, but it just like it was more fun. I'm like, instead of having to live on the road all the time and play the Nashville game, which it's
politics abound.
Yeah.